Hi, welcome back. Today we are reviewing this pen. I already reviewed other pens from this brand. This is a Super5. This is the Darmstadt color. I already reviewed others, and it was the Dublin and the Delhi colors. And this is one just like those. It is the same pen with a different color. This one is all black, as you can see, and let's see it. So, first of all, the Darmstadt pens are somehow some inexpensive pens. They're around 25 euros, and this is a brand that also makes very nice looking water-resistant, waterproof inks. So the inks are quite good, and they make these pens, and I assume that a brand that makes waterproof inks maybe has the pens that match the best their inks in what respects to performance. So let's see the pen, which is like the other ones on the outside. First of all, this pen has this kind of clip, which is very strong but very easy to operate because of its shape. The clip fits here on the cap, which makes somehow a cap ring. It has this top that unscrews, and it has this bottom of the barrel that unscrews. Here on the barrel, I think you can see, it is written Super5. It is embossed on the barrel, and that's it. The pen is made of plastic. I think it is a really resistant plastic, although my green one cracked. Maybe some problem, maybe I dropped it and I can't remember. I'm not sure. But it overall looks quite resistant. When you open the pen, the cap is a push fit, and it stays on place very securely. When you uncap the pen, you have this section, black section, with these little ribs that make it very comfortable to use. One of the things that makes these pens very comfortable is the weight of the section. As you can see, it gets perfectly on your hand because this is made of metal, and so all the weight is here, not here. This is very light, and it takes international cartridges or converter. Can take 2 cartridges inside. So this pen is really nice. About the nib, these nib, they make 4 sizes of nib. This is the 07 nib. It has a breather hole and says there Super5, and that's it. These pens are quite simple, quite inexpensive, and they are good. Maybe their looks are not the best. Maybe you can see too much these differences between the parts, but overall it's really a nice pen. Not a pen to impress, but obviously a pen for ones who like to write, and maybe much better for the ones who like to sketch. And if you like to make sketches and color them with watercolors afterwards, maybe it's perfect. As you can see, the size of the pen is nice, and you can post the pen because the cap weight won't make much difference because the section is made of metal. When you compare the size of the pen with another well-known pen, at least I used it for comparison many times, this is a Parker Dufour Centennial. You can't compare the kind of materials or finishes, but it has roughly the same length, and the Dufour is wider. But this is a different kind of pen, but quite nice to write with and to draw with because of the inks. I have to make a review of the inks because I have this the pen, this pen and the others were sent to me by Super5 for review, and they also sent me the inks, and so I have to make a review of those inks because they are quite nice, and it is an interesting thing to see. So let's see how this pen writes. This comes to be a shorter review than usually because this is the same pen, just a different nib and a different color, and you can always watch the previous videos about this pen when I spoke a little bit longer about it. So let's see. This one, the paper is the usual Rhodia dot pad. Maybe I will make a close-up. The ink is Super5, and this is the Frankfurt, which is a gray ink, and I find this gray ink very saturated, which is quite nice. Sometimes the gray inks are very washed, and the pen is the Super5 Darmstadt with a 0.7 nib. So the nib is stub, as you can see, and it was obvious it would be like that because it is a 0.5. You can't really have line variation because it is a stub nib and it is a steel nib, so it's very hard, not flexible at all, but you can have line variation because of the shape of the nib. When you put the vertical lines, and if you turn the pen 90 degrees, you can see the line difference. So this is what you can get. You can get some line variation, not through any kind of nib flexibility, but through the nib, how the nib is cut. Overall, the flow is very good. The pen flows very well, the feed and nib works great. This is something that is very good on these pens, and it is smooth. You can also write upside down, but it is dry and it will skip, and I don't see what is the goal of doing that with a stub nib. However, it is possible. So this is all. Thank you to Super5 for sending us the pen and the pens and the inks for review, and thank you all for watching our videos and for keeping coming back to our YouTube channel to check what we are doing. So see you next video. Bye.